Hi guys and welcome back. I'm Tommy. Today we're going to continue the descriptive bromatology. Today we talk about water, beverages and alcoholic drinks. Let's begin. Okay, so we start here with the recap as always, and it's pretty short. We have to say that natural mineral water and spring water are the highest quality, and that alcohol can be either fermented or distilled. Let's begin with water. Classification, okay, so it can be water for human consumption, aka tap water, or bottled water. And bottled water can be natural mineral water, spring water, prepared drinking water, and packaged public water supplies. These go from the highest quality to the lowest. You have to know that natural mineral water is the only one where you can find the composition table on the bottle, and the spring water is also fine, but it has some defects that make it not natural mineral water. And then we have prepared drinking water, and this is the water used for beverages, as we're going to see now. And the packaged public water supplies are only for emergency use. Composition, well, close to 100%. Maybe there are some minerals. And yes, as I said, the composition table only natural mineral water. Beverages, prepared drinking water with additives. As I said, prepared drinking water with additives, which can be colorants and sweeteners mainly. And they may contain CO2, sugar, caffeine, or quinine. I think you know this three, but quinine is the thing that gives the bitter taste to some beverages. We have the seltzer water, the flavored water, then the soda water, and then the soft drinks. 39 liters per individual per year. That's pretty high compared to the water consumption. Composition, well, maximum 94% of water, because they need to have 6% of the juice. And in terms of carbs, some may contain sugar, and if they do, it must be more than 6%. They can contain some minerals depending on the water, but as we said that the water is the prepared drinking water, we should not count the beverages as a good source of minerals. The byproducts, well, soft drinks, they can be from fruit, from extract, flavored or mixed. And then we enter the alcoholic drinks. Wine can be mono or multi-variety. It can be also dry, semi-dry, semi-sweet or sweet. Okay, so you have to know that if you make a wine with the same grapes, with the same variety of grapes, it will be called mono. If you use multiple, well, multi-variety. And depending on the maturation of those grapes, on the content of sugar, they can be dry, low sugar, semi-dry, a little bit, semi-sweet, a bit more, and sweet, well, a considerable amount. Quality wine or not, because some wines are very high quality and some are basically ordinary. In terms of CO2, the wine can be still or sparkling, and in terms of colors, they can be white, red, rosé, and claret. Maybe you know these three, but claret is not very common, and claret is basically a white wine made with red grapes. And then in terms of maturation of the wine, it can be a young wine, a crianza, a reserva, and a gran reserva. In Spain, the consumption is around 10 liters per individual per year. And the composition, 85% of water, and then 9 to 15% of alcohol. Sugar content can differ if it's dry or sweet, and there is more sugar in red wine than white. It may contain some vitamins and some minerals. And I have to mention that wines can have additives such as sulfates. Moving on, we have the beer. Beer is basically made by the barley malt, the yeast, the hops, and water. It can be classified as cereal beer if we use a different grain, extra, special, low alcohol, non-alcoholic, and dark beer. Extra is when the dry extract is more than 15%, and the special is when the dry extract is between 13 and 15. The normal beer has a dry extract around 11%. The lower alcohol beer is between 2 and 3% of alcohol, and the non-alcoholic is less than 1%. The normal beer has between 4 and 5%. And then we have the dark beer. In terms of fermentation, we have the lager fermentation, which is less than 10 degrees Celsius for 10 days. And then the ale fermentation, which is a little bit higher in temperature, less than 20 degrees Celsius, and it's 5 days. We can say that the lager is for industry production of beer. The ale is like a more local one, for example, for pubs and bars. And then the spontaneous fermentation can be done maybe some hometowns. The consumption of beer in Spain is 23 liters, as you can see, more than the double of the wine. The percentage of water in the beer is from 94 to 96%. There is no fat, and the alcohol percentage, as I said, is around 5%, and sugar 4%. There are some vitamins and some minerals in the beer. We cannot say that beer is a source of vitamins and minerals, but we have to say that it contains more vitamins and minerals than wine, for example, because the dry extract is very high compared to the wine. And then we have the distilled beverages. We have the naturals and the spirit drinks. The naturals can be classified as simple spirit between 30 and 80% of alcohol, distilled alcohol between 80 and 96%, and rectified alcohol with chemicals or not, more than 96%, and some of these are so high that they're not even drinkable, and they are used for pharmaceutical purposes. Spirit drinks, on the other hand, they are compound spirits, more than 30% of alcohol, the liquors that are more than 15%, and the aperitifs without cuvee. The consumption in Spain of the distilled beverages are 0.7 liters, so not even a liter per person per year. Content of water, well, it depends on the type of the distilled beverage, but as having that amount of alcohol, the quantities of water are very low compared to the beer and to the wine, because if we have, for example, 40% of alcohol, we have 60% left of something else. And as I say here, alcohol tends to be more than 30%. Indeed, the majority of those spirit drinks that are more common, the compound spirits, for example, vodka, gin, or whiskey, they are around 40, so they have 60 or less percent of water. In terms of vitamins, there are no vitamins, and in terms of minerals, well, very, very low. That's it for the water, the beverages, and the alcoholic drinks. I hope you liked this video. If you did, click the like button below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, share these videos to friends and family, and I see you on the next one. Bye.